He said, I'm going to tell the truth. I won't say anything what he told me, but what he said was mostly what the three witnesses said. But this is I had my problem, so I didn't want to get involved in this thing. But he told me mostly exactly what these three said.
Can I just clarify, would that be what he wrote in the pages of that book?
Exactly.
The L-shaped
Yeah,
room?
yeah.
Yes.
I
Okay.
saw all this.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Now, I will talk in Creole. I'll start in Creole. What I've got a few paragraphs. So after I finish one paragraph, I'll pause, and if you want to ask me any question. Bon. Mon case est numéro 271. Now, interpreter, I talk a bit fast in Creole, so I'll try and slow down so you can translate. Ça m'a fait cause de mon deuxième arrestation. Le 9 octobre, vers 4 heures après-midi, James Savi, alias Popo, il vient joindre moi au magasin de Moussa. Il dit, moi comme ça, je peux venir search mon la case. Et quelque chose qui m'a pas fait, aujourd'hui, moi, j'ai fait, moi, je devais demander s'il y a un search warrant. Aujourd'hui, parti pour search mon la case sans gagner search warrant. Anyway, situation m'a été. Et moi, je vous demande, pas pour faire différence. Là, moi, arrive là, mon la case, moi, trois, dis mon encore. J'en ai les mêmes lits, Popo. Après ça, trois, Wills Rosette. Un paillette. On va prendre son premier nom. Il est dans Montfleury Police Station. Et derrière, si c'est un sabou qui vient là devant, tu dis comme ça, if you can't beat them, join them. Dobin Samson. Ouais. Il joint les autres pour lui faire du tort son procès. On ne peut pas connaître qui plaisir tu gagnes. Je fouille la case, il y a un des, enfin, pareil, moi, je dis mon premier rencontre, par pied, ça m'a rencontré dans mon premier rencontre, et il dit, moi, comme ça, vous besoin de descendre avec nous, central. Là, moi, arrive central, l'autre moi, si j'ai dehors, c'est à peu près dans 5 heures passées, on voit. 6 heures, pas rien, 6 heures et demie. Vers 6h30, là, je peux venir le sac qui est guilty dans mon affaire. Il vient inspecter sa vie, pas sa haine, pas si popo. Un sa vie qui est et sac. So, moi, son maman qui signe sa vie, alors il servi dans son maman. Il dit, moi, comme ça, vous dites, quitte moi, hein. Il dit, quitte-moi ce beau matin. Naturellement, il a besoin de dire Albert René, ça attend. Pour couper, beau matin, mon là de casso. Quand on entre dans le casso, à peu près demi-heure de temps, il vient l'armée, la moi, sécurité, l'armée qui pouvait moi. Bon, mon là dans le casso, parce que beau matin, il fait 8 heures, n'a pas rien, 9 heures, n'a pas rien. 10 heures, moi, dans la rue. Si on est dans la rue, il m'a pas de job. Mon Dieu, que comme ça, moi, les voir commissionnaire. C'est un commissionnaire qui Max Fontaine. Il dit, moi, ok. Il a guetté. À peu près demi-heure, comme ça, il vient dire moi OK à nous aller. Et emmène-moi côté commissionnaire. Là, moi ouvert la porte commissionnaire, moi pas voir derrière la porte moi. Moi entré Max moi tu connais bien. Il était un peu malade. Là, moi ferme là, moi pousse la porte, moi petite morin avec Raymond Louise fait des bouts là. Par exemple, moi dis comme ça bien moi les voir commissionnaire moi. Il dit moi non nous gagnons instruit pour venir écouter. Côté instruction, il sorti moi pas connais. Ça attend pas que on est qui peut passer. Bon, quitte-moi là. Un jour, 2 jours après, moi d'accord sur moi. Moi mon fils entré. Présent, tenant sa garde, le guette, Lucille Ponda. Présent, moi demande lui qui arrive, il dit moi je peux arrêter tout fille tout. Ah, mon Dieu, des mots, et moi la rase. Je te mets d'accord sur numéro 4. Les 3 jours, nous ensemble dehors. Douglas T, là, c'est un des 10 mon encore. À peu près une semaine après, ou ça, 5-6 jours après, moi, je suis dans le cas sur numéro 1, je bois la porte. Mon temps, James Savi, petit popo. Il demande avec, ça, Ponda, là, Lucille Ponda, Oli Ayoub. Il dit dans le cas sur. Fait si qui n'a pas contact avec son petit. Qui qualité du monde de tété. Il dit si il y en a, son petit dehors. Si son petit en a, il dehors. Par exemple, moi dit, m'entendez. Par exemple, il pas dit moi non rien, il dit c'est bien m'entendez. Par exemple, moi, mais il a fait assez. Là, il pour là, moi, il amasse mon fils. Oh bien, il y a une position, si mon petit là, on peut connecter pour passer avec lui. Bon, tout de même, je calcule, je dis, ok, maman reste en d'aller si dehors. Il y a encore un lit. Moi, si c'est mon livre, là-bas. Par exemple, je calcule qui m'a communiqué avec lui. Là, je suis servi Douglas Cédras. Je donne parole Douglas, je mène côté lui, Douglas tire retourne avec réponse, ainsi de suite. Bon. Par exemple, tout ça, bonne arrestation que tu fais, bon là, tu prends un papier. Papier qui te dit, Albert René est tyrant, il est murderer. Aujourd'hui, tout ça, c'est monde qui vient là devant la commission. Il dit, et il prouve tout pour dire, Albert est un tyrant, est un murderer. Alors, moi, tu vas arrêter pour rien. Là, moi, quoi, moi, pour besoin de poursuivre ce banzas, qui n'arrête moi pour rien. N'a pas de time bad, là. Bon. Ça, il a comme ça. Et puis, par exemple, on a expliqué dans mon premier ça. Mon avocat, Bernard, il dit moi comme ça. Bernard Zor, il dit moi comme ça. Je ne sais pas combien de temps pour l'ago. Alors, plaide comme ça. Right. On a accepté que croyez-moi pour un larguer. Ce que je fais, je suspends mon fils de larguer. Moi, tu vois, moi. Tu as besoin de moi. Envoyez-moi les longues. Et pas juste ça aussi. Petit moyen, pas les voir papier, il paraît qu'encore là. Et si y a du monde s'attend, il y en a un du monde qui dit là. Si y a du monde, il y a le petit moyen, il dit comme ça, pour dire Ayoub, il dit quelque chose contre le gouvernement, t'as l'air ou gagne appeler ou. Pas besoin de témoin ça. Ou gagne appeler, ou gagne questionner. Si vous mettez en dedans, il met en dedans. Comme ça que tu m'as assez attend. Bon. Les premier, ça m'a retourné mon premier arrest. nous descendons en bas pour une question, hein. Et encore, petite mot, hein. Petite mot, il questionne nous, mon guetté, il y avait question nous. Vous savez, il demande moi comme ça, est-ce que vous comptez ça gouvernement? On levé, on sorti. Tiens, un des dit mon perspective, non, on dit comme ça, on le voit commissionnaire. Il dit moi ok, il a fait moi qu'on est. Là, mon sorti dehors, j'ai un des dit mon là, on quoi, Hamid Ali Baïd, moi pour dire Bill Mohamed, moi quoi, enfin, on va tout rappeler, mais tellement longtemps. Présent, mon dit exote comme ça, qu'est-ce que ça m'a pas besoin de laisser moi question tout encore. Il pas qu'on questionne. Demande pour James Pile. Et puis ça, mon quoi, la plupart, j'ai le code James Pile. Par exemple, il reste qui titre moyen a very short memory. Les gars, ils poussent. Et someone, un des autres encore, inclus James Harvey. Un jour, il vient au magasin. Moi, il vient. Garçon, à Ali Adam, check moi. Ça joue, il y a un témoin. Présent, mon cri, il m'a dit, moi, viens un coup. Viens en souriant. Moi, je dis comme ça, je dis, besoin. Moi, je dis, ou appelle là où tu demandes moi une question. Là, moi, tu viens de tout. Si mon compte ça gouvernement. Il dit, moi, oui. Moi, je vais moi, je une question. Est-ce que vous compte ça gouvernement? Stupide. Il dit, moi, oui. Adam, il a commenté, moi. Il m'a dit. Pareil, nous disons en créole. Dans bal café, n'a pas de triage. Tout ça, va macro, tu as baisé. Pour les autres. Semaine passée, lundi, il fait allégation là où il vient en public. Ou besoin de faire en public, ça a fait close door là. Moi pas content, ça moi gagne ça. Il vient là bas close door, derrière rideau. Mais nous pas connaître pour nous causer. Laisse-nous tendre que vous le dit. Comme ça, après, nous nous disons si lequel peut causer la vérité, si ça m'a dit ce qu'il a quitté, ou soit si vous peut causer la vérité. Ça capon qui fait ça. Caché derrière rideau. Vin fort. La monde dit, il vient rendre réponse fort. Nous attendons nous tout. Comme ça qui marche, c'est démocratie. On ne peut pas connaître pour capable de faire close door là. C'est mon premier paragraphe. Si on a une question, vous demandez.
Là où tu commences au octobre, pas de quelle année comme c'est 9
on a 86, sorry.
86, hein?
86.
9 octobre 86.
Moi, tu mettais 86 là, moi qui m'en dit. Octobre 86, le 9 octobre 86.
Thank you. Au filet, dans le cas numéro 4, où tu peux communiquer avec lui. Et tu dis à cause de l'autre, arrête lui comme ça.
Oui, ça fait papier.
Juste papier.
Oui, moi, tu dis ça depuis mon premier rencontre.
Juste
Moi, tu
papier.
dis comme ça, tu arrêtes moi à cause de papier. Tu comprends? C'est un papier qui se peut faire. Ça, papier, tiens. Moi, pas connaître qui m'a dit ça. Je ne pas le voir papier. Tu comprends? À cause nous, ça décrit que M. René, tu fais, ça fait Security Act, ou pas qu'à un questionnaire, ou pas qu'à avoir personne, ni avocat pour avoir où. Mais après, comme si, papier, tiens un chose qui, tu appelles ça seditious paper. Comment?
Après, autre déjà en dedans, je besoin d'arrêter aux filles. Aussi,
Oui,
on
mais
peut essayer de
connais
comprendre
mon
comme
fils
si-
aussi. Connais ici n'a pas l'ouvrage. Lui aussi, c'est quand tes amis. Les autres aussi, ils ont un papier, comment?
Ah, ok, ok.
Ils ont fait avec moi, ils ont passé ici là-bas. Mais, anyway.
Merci.
So, were you distributing the papers, or you just had the
I
paper?
had the paper.
You just had the
I had
paper.
the paper. That was the only way we could get some opposition news, from the paper. Bon, moi le deuxième paragraphe. Bon. Will be in English. Reconciliation. Now, we had reconciliation here 45 years ago in the coalition government. After 11 years of bitter politics, bombs, wildfire by the opposition, John Lester, who was the Secretary of State, talked to Mr. Mancam and said, look here, why don't you, we were at that time going for independence. He said, why don't you join with Mr. Rene and go to independence together? So Mancam agreed. In London, that was. We here, we were against it. We were going to organize a demonstration at the airport, but knowing Cecil Loa, we talk, but when it comes to action, they don't do it. The politics was so bitter that there was a couple, Joseph Zamor. Mr. Green knows, you must also know Joseph Zamor. Joseph Zamor was SPUP, and his wife was SDP. Joseph painted his room red in the same house, and the wife painted blue. He was a supporter of Mancam. This is the bitter politics that we had, Even families were divided. But anyway, the coalition came, and the coalition government was good, was the best. Our Cecil were returning to contribute to the country. Professional, I mean. But we were right. See what happened after 11 months. Now you see, when something is good, you got to mention. When I retired, after 46 years in the business, I met President Faure, who was the VP at that time. And I told him, look, we are citizens of the same country, Seychelles. Forget our differences, whatever we have. We want to contribute to the benefit of the country. So he decided to put me on the board, Postal Services, as a director. And then so I listened to, this is what we call reconciliation. When somebody says, okay, you want to help, come and help. And in fact, even Mr. Meriton, who is now the VP, he also agreed that, why don't we use you and put you on some board? And now I am on the second board, which is the Boadeos Investment Limited. We are building the food court now, YSTCs. So I do appreciate that, and I thank them. This is the way we should go forward. Now we come to, also, I've got another paragraph now, so if you have any question.
This board, what is the mandate exactly, or what do you do in that board?
Oh, it's on a three-year basis.
Yeah.
And then you are a director. You in fact, make the board work, whatever decision to
Yeah.
be taken and all these things, you see. So we are the what do you call it? The brain of the association, or
So do you make the policies and set the direction?
yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
right. We help to enforce the laws and all these things, and then the decisions.
Working with the Chamber of Commerce also at the same time. You have any collaboration? with the
Well,
Chamber
this
of
is a
Commerce?
government
Oh, yeah.
It's a government thing, you know. So it's more or less a government concern.
You've always been in private business. Is
Yes,
that yes?
yes, Adam Musa.
And did your private business suffer during the period of the coup d'etat and after? We've had other people with private businesses who say that basically the Seychelles Marketing Board destroyed their business. Was that your experience too?
You've
or-
taken the word out of my mouth.
Right.
I'm coming to that. Now, complaint was not only against disappearance, murder, land acquisition, but there were other disadvantages which our lives suffered. SMB monopoly. Mrs. Erika Naidu started it about monopolies and all these things. Now, we had a business, Adam Musa and Company Limited, Pty Limited. I personally worked in it for 46 years. This was created by my grandfather, who came here in 1900, before the mastermind and mentor of SMB, Mr. Mukesh Valabji, was born. We were exporting copra, cinnamon, vanilla, patchouli, you name it. These were our main foreign exchange earners. We were importing British goods, Philips from Holland. The moment SMB came, they took over the agency of Philips from us, and many others, agencies from others. We had surplus foreign exchange because British was mining our economy. So at the end of the month, the banks, Barclays and Standard Chartered, they had surplus foreign exchange, which they exported, but British didn't. Or they offer to the merchant, do you want to buy $100,000, 100,000 pounds before we export? This was our economy. So my dad, Suleiman Adam, calling him Mr. Green, he ordered the first radio from Philips in 1939, during the First World War, beginning of the First World War, Second World War, sorry, correction. Now he told us at night, you know where Adam Musa is, there's a balcony. He puts the radio on the balcony. And people used to gather outside like a crowd to listen to the BBC news about the war. Now, SMB, that's the funniest part. They control everything. Mrs. Naidu meant that adding extras on invoices. But she forgot to mention that they had put a price freeze on all the goods. For example, tomato, 20 rupees. Even they buy it for 8 rupees, they sell at 20. Thinking that maybe it will be 24, they'll sell at 20. But when? Most of the goods were bought under the freeze price. So that is where they made money also. That's not enough. They created the import permit section. They will tell you what you have to import and what you don't have to import. They created the franchise. They pick and choose the franchise. And they will supply that good to the franchise. If it is left, then you will get. We had a lot of Seychellois, Creole merchants. José François, Dawson Wao, Philippe Zimo, Edouard Camille. Anyway, slowly, like Mrs. Naidu said, they've all gone. They've disappeared because of the situation. We used to open on Sunday, and we give them the credit facilities. Next month when they come, they'll pay whatever they can. They'll take more, and that is how the business was run. Import permit was in charge by Philippe Bizou, which Mrs. Naidu mentioned. They will tell you, you apply for permit, they'll refuse you without any reason, or they'll give you the permit. And there were 9 articles where you cannot order that, milk, rice, foodstuff, which you cannot touch that. That was done by them only. Then comes another one, the pipeline. Pipeline was created for SMB to control the foreign exchange. They'll get the preference at the bank. You applied, give your invoice to the bank, pay in local money, and wait. When the pipeline was closed, we had about 2 million rupees in there, lying, never paid.
Did you get your 2 million back?
No, we had to pay from this thing, from our, what it did. We had to find our own money which we had in exchange and pay our supplier, and then we reimburse with the
But
local currency.
you got the refund from the pipeline.
Yeah, we paid the supplier from our own private money.
No, I mean the money, the 2 million you had.
No, they gave us back.
They gave it back.
They
to
returned
you.
back. They couldn't get pay. You know, if I remember any more, I'll give you. But the only thing I can remember, I can tell you, you see, you got a mandate to find the truth, right? Mr. Balabji is coming in 2 days' time in front of you. You can ask him about SMB, Koichi Farm, Orchid Garden, etc. Why was it closed? Really? He is the person who can tell you all these things. the anti-corruption FPAC, they say waiting for witness. They are coming round the weekend. Do like Alan McGilvery and Richie Beno used to say. Come over the weekend and give him a bodyline beamer and let's see how he defends it. Anyway, what I've said that is put you in a bit of a history, especially the younger generation, because I met a person about 35 to 40. Just, he asked me, when are you going on the commission? I said, well, I'll be going next week. He said, you know, I've learned a lot of things. Thanks to you, commission, because I never expected I would be able to talk like that one day, but thanks to you, I'm here to say what I have to say. Now, just one thing I want to mention to the commission. You see, you are sitting there, listening. Please, I don't want you to make any comment. For example, like Mrs. Liao, when he said NYS was very good. I would refrain from these comments. Because for you, maybe it was good, part of your life, but about the 100 that suffered. And especially, you know, when you were there, you should refrain from passing any comments. Mr. Green's name has been mentioned a few times. He kept quiet. He just laughed and kept quiet because he's mature. You know, he realized that when his time will come, he will come here and say what he has to say. One time we had all our doctors, Seychellois, Ferrari, the Dauphins, Amoy, Barbier. And you see, all this institute, Seychelles College and Regina Mundi would have never closed if the government didn't force them to close. But NYS closed. So what was wrong with it then? Yep.
When you came the first time, you did talk about your arrest in 1979 after the school demonstrations. So you want us to take the evidence from that first time in relation to that complaint?
Yeah, there was not much that time.
Yeah.
The only thing, most of these people who come here, Mr. Bararo is coming after me. He was also with me. The only thing was the food. We had 2 meals a day of the same poisson frit, fried fish, rice and bouillon. You know. And I said that because I was very lucky. Dr. Patel came to see us, and I talked in Gujarati to him that, you see, doctor, I'm going to die here. So do something. What do you want? I say, give me something else. He said, okay, I can get some milk for you. You see? And when the army asked me, what you said? I said, oh, I just asked him how is the family and all these things. But there we were more under this thing. But on Long Island, because Amnesty had knew about me, so they had supplied me with a few things. So, like I said, Mr. Boat used to cook lunchtime, and there was a Fred Sanguignon who was cooking for the thing. He used to cook for me in the evening, where he also enjoyed because he was a prisoner. He didn't have this.
En effet, moi, je vais demander un petit bout commentaire les temps outils Long Island avec M. Both qui te raconte nous hier. Ou aussi outil dans ça la case qui est pour manager là qui dit c'est un groupe qui reste là-dedans.
Non, moi les mots Long Island. The series Cyrus André Chancellor Long Island in Morley, papa André qui est meilleur. Il s'est dit moi comme ça, moi donne un casso tout seul. Moi, je dis non, pas faire sa faute. Il dit, moi, qu'est-ce que vous voulez faire? Tiens, un corridor dehors. Un corridor. Roy Dias, tu là. Un des autres, moi, je dis, je dormi là dans le corridor, dans la varang. Alors, moi, je dis, beaucoup de mon croit ici dormi en bas de la case. Ou la case d'Oglé, là, puis dans ça. Mais moi, je viens, les tu mets nous là. Et là, nous pas si quand ils ferment par les bandes prisonniers, parce que tu dans la varang, ça. Moi, je garde, tu veilles, nous, comment? Et moi, je bien dit, parce que ça qui m'a changé dans mon premier. Si moi, je dans celle, puis ça, je fais moi, je aller à minuit, qui m'ont dit dans mon premier rencontre. Ça, beaucoup de mots, on parle de son nom. C'est une autre moi.
You said that when you were in prison, you were 12 days alone with Douglas Cedrus, and that he said pretty well much what was said in the L-shaped book. We would really like to know exactly what he said to you.
You see, one thing, like I said, I came here to talk the truth. Right? And the truth, even I tell you the truth, it'll be only me, because Douglas is dead. So I prefer to let the family talk about it. But the only thing I can confirm is that what they said, or the letter, even the tape, was true. Because I witnessed it. On the Asanali now, we are getting there. Even Mr. Foktav mentioned that he was at Lexil. So the person who told me must have been telling the truth. The thing is that, again, you see, I try to find him, but I don't think he's intentional. And secondly, even if he's listening, maybe he's still scared. Maybe he's still scared to come forward. He will come. God is great. When the time comes, he will come. Like when the time came, the commission came and we started telling the stories.
So can I just clarify, you were told that as well, that he was at Lexil by somebody, and that person is in a position to know that as a fact, but has not yet come forward.
He
Is
hasn't
that
come
correct?
forward. He was also planted with drug.
Okay.
When I hear this
Yeah,
planted
yeah,
drug, he
yeah.
was planted with drug,
Yeah.
and that was his grudge. I think he did 2 years also.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Yeah. I mean, we would.
I've got his
yeah,
name, everything,
yeah.
but I want time. We have time.
Okay.
Patience, like I said in the essay, patience.
I'm impatient. You know, I would really like him to come forward. So the commission
Sure.
asks
Sure,
him,
he will come.
please,
He will
please come forward.
I pray that he
Thank
will
you.
come.
Thank you. I hope that helps us. Thank you.
This part I'm saying in English because his children would call it. When they left here, they were young. They don't know Creole very well, you know. So in fact, they asked me to speak in English. Now, Hassan met me at 4:30 in front of his shop on that day. That was a Saturday, I think. He told me that they were after him. I told him not to get out at night, at any time, without knowing that Khaled's sister had asked to borrow his car. I didn't hear Khaled mention that he told him. But surely he must have done so. Had I known that, I would have told him not to go out. And one thing I could not solve. If he had mentioned to Khalid about the threat, surely Khalid must have informed her sister that he cannot bring the car because of this threat. And the thing which I cannot solve also is why did it happen on that day only? Were they watching him on that day only or on a daily basis? Again, I leave it in the hand of the Almighty to solve. What we don't know, He knows. And when the time comes, the truth will come. I had organized a dinner for a Pakistani who was buying copra here at my house, and my brothers came. By the way, I alerted his son, Adam, the one I've been mentioning, who was jailed with me in 79, about this. Around 7:30, he called me. He said, "Uncle, what you told me happened." It was like a bit of a shock to me. My father is gone. I immediately informed my brothers, and we called off the dinner and came to his father's house in Victoria, in Francis Russell Street. At that time, Hassan was living with Khalid at La Louise. Despite trying everything, we never found anything. Until, by God's grace, the guy told me what happened. Whether he said the truth, only the Almighty knows. So many people came with rumors, but nothing concrete. But I still leave it in the hand of the Almighty, Alhamdulillah.
Have you had thoughts or information on how it turned out that they knew he was on the road that night?
That's a mystery. Cannot solve. Whether his phone was tapped, or there was an informer. I pray that one day we will hear the truth. He's my blood cousin.
But in your view, what were the reasons for him being watched over?
Well, after that you hear, but you cannot confirm. I think Khalid mentioned Jackson Paul Louis, who was working at the customs, something like that. They said he gave information that Hassan is getting arms on Nord Fair, whatever it is, which is all not true. You see? All not true. He was outspoken. He was a SDP like me, So, and now they were saying that DP in Mao. But tu sakin win like DP. Tu sakin win like this is about DP. This is about DP. Even Dovin Samsung, all his family was DP. After that, he said, if you can't beat them, join them. Now, finally, my prediction is that you will never achieve reconciliation unless the perpetrators and the culprit are punished in one way or the other. You know, this morning I saw an article on the social media about what Brian Victor said. You mentioned that if you can prove that somebody is lying, I mean, you are educated enough, and you know who is telling the truth and who is lying. You will give the AG the option to prosecute them. But Seychelles, that will take time. Sometimes the file will be missing, and so on. If, I don't say all, if one or someone who is found guilty, who has been accused, is sent to prison, maybe the family will be more relaxed and say, okay, even for one day, at least they say, yeah, he got what he deserved. You see, like you said, you know, you come here, you have immunity. Fair enough. But outside, like the guy from the Attorney General office said, outside, you can prosecute somebody, you can sue somebody. Maybe you want to use the evidence of what he heard here. But in the court of law, he'll have to speak the truth. Because there you'll have lawyer questioning him. And somehow, like I said, you know, the truth you can never hide. You can say something now, after half an hour you forget and you say something else. Like someone came here, I've already told you in my first statement. But repeat it, he can't. Because he doesn't know. He forgot. As a lawyer, you know that. And OBF was very good for that. He will put a witness quietly, even the police. He'll question him. Carry on. After 15 minutes, you ask him the same question. He contradicts himself. The truth you can never forget, but lie you can. Anyway, I would like to thank you, Madam Chair, and your Commissioner, for listening to me and listening to all the others that came in front of you. And like I said, you have a long time ahead. If you need me again, I'll come again. If you have any other thing to ask me, maybe myself, if I remember anything else, I'll ask you to come again. And like I said, you know, God sees everything, and He will make everything happen. Give Him time. Slowly, I also didn't know a lot of things that I heard on this commission. But it's coming. So may God bless you all. Amen.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you for coming and for speaking publicly. We understand the frustration with the closed session. Sometimes there's, you know, people are afraid that there will be retaliation for what they say before the commission. Other times they're afraid of being humiliated on social media and they find it just too much to come. You know, and we've been quite sympathetic because we know we've had people come to us who've appeared in public session, they've been ridiculed on social media, and then they've come back to us, and we can't really offer any redress to that. So we have been quite sympathetic to the people that request closed session, although we much prefer and think it is fundamentally important that people speak in public session. With respect to your comments about reconciliation, I think at this moment in time, it's hard to have any empathy at all for a perpetrator because they're not taking responsibility or explaining the circumstances surrounding their commission of these violations. Because a lot of people are telling us they were scared, everyone was scared. Even people that supported the regime were scared. And to be safe, you just had to do and agree and say yes and do things. And my sense is that certain people were used to do things, and those people need now to take responsibility for what they did and explain why they did it. And I think that would be really helpful. And then it might help people have some empathy for the perpetrators. As long as they continue to deny and lie, it's very difficult to have empathy for them. And I think it was Gilbert Morgan's daughter who said, I mean, this is a golden opportunity to avoid many, many, many years in jail, you know, and a court proceeding. Come full and frank disclosure. As long as your apology, you have suffered for what you've done and you are genuinely sorry, you shall get an amnesty. I mean, it's a pretty good deal. And we are becoming more and more aware of who's responsible for certain crimes, and those people are being notified that we know. And I think, you know, time is, like you're saying, you know, time is running out for them in a way, because this commission will have to come to a point where it decides what is it going to do. You know, if this person has been given opportunities to cooperate and they don't take them, it has to go to the Attorney General. That's the choice they have. But I appreciate what you say, and I understand why people feel that, you know. And then you see someone like Brian Victor, you know. I mean, it's hard to think he's going to forgive the people that treated him in such an inhumane way. It's hard. You know, it's affected his whole life.
Yeah.
But it's a difficult thing. But I think people with faith like you have, I think you have more of a chance of coming to a peaceful place than people that don't have faith. So I thank you very much, and for your blessings. We need them, I think.
Yeah, I would like to, I forgot to mention that. You see, Albert René is dead under slab in the cemetery. So if you want to get away, do like some people came here and they blame him. Put the blame on him. Say, he told me to do that. We cannot question dead men. They don't speak. So simple. If you want to be pardoned, put the blame on somebody else. But the only thing, like I say, we can lie, but we can't lie in front of the Almighty. He will tell you. You see? You have a faith, you must respect your faith, and you must be true. You must say the truth, you know. Why there are not many questions asked to me? Because they know I'm speaking the truth. Otherwise, they would have plenty of questions. If I were there, I would have asked a lot of questions to people who come here. Anyway, thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much. It's been a privilege to have you here today. So thank you very much for coming, and we might see you again.
Sure. If I get any more news, I'll come back.
Great. Thanks very much.
I am not scared because I'm protected by the Almighty.
Yeah. Yes.
Amen.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks very much. Okay, we will now adjourn, and we will resume at 11 a.m.
All rise.
Thank you.